Hey y'all, so I'm in my New York City apartment. I've actually been here during the week, every week this month as I'm clearing out my apartment, and I have to turn in my keys on the 31st, which is when my lease is up. I've been going back and forth, spending a week here and then going home on the weekends. But it's the final week I'll be in this apartment. I actually brought my son back with me this week so we can clear out everything and hand in them keys and be done with this place. It's literally not much left in here, but we just have to get the last of the stuff out and turn in the keys like I said. So that's what I'm doing here. I've been working at this folding table that I found in the closet with this old beat down chair. As you can see, there are fans all over the place because it literally feels like a sauna in this apartment. They have the heat so high, but all of this is going in the trash. I'm not taking anything with me. I have my old mattress on the floor with my old sheets. I bought a new mattress for my new apartment and took my old bed frame. This mattress is going in the trash. TV stand going in the trash. I might take my speakers and the subwoofer, we shall see, but most of this stuff is going in the trash, trash, trash. The kitchen is very bare bones. I had left a few pots and pans to cook on and some dishes in the cabinet that I was getting rid of. But pretty much everything in here, once again, trash, trash, trash. I bought an electric kettle from my job to make tea with if I need. As you can see, they haven't painted my apartment in 5+ years. By law, they're supposed to paint it every 2 years. The grease on the sockets is from the air fryer that can be cleaned off. But the walls are just horrible. The paint job is horrible. I am going to wipe down the walls, but not much because they were supposed to paint, like I said. I still have the hooks in the wall from my old gallery wall. I'm going to take all of these out. As you can see behind the photos, they needed a paint job. The wall was falling apart and literally cracking, but I have my putty. I'm going to take out all the screws. I'm going to fill all holes because actually they can't get my security deposit back because I took it out my last month's rent. They don't respond to emails or phone calls, so I'm not giving them a chance to keep my security deposit. And before y'all go in on me about taking my security deposit out of my last month of rent and telling me how I can't do that, I'm doing it because I have to. I have a rent stabilized apartment. By law, they're supposed to send my renewal lease between 90 and 160 days before the lease expires. They have not done that. My lease expires in less than a week and I still have not received a renewal lease. So out of a courtesy, I sent them a 30-day notice letting them know that I was leaving. I didn't even have to do that. I'm supposed to let them know whether or not I'm leaving or staying on that renewal lease. They didn't give me the chance to do that because they never sent the renewal lease. So I sent them a 30-day notice via certified mail and email, and I told them that I was using my security deposit as part of my last month's rent because since they didn't send me a renewal lease, which is required by law or they'll get fined, I had to find an apartment, which costs a lot. I notified them. You know what I've received in return? Dust. They didn't respond to my letter. They didn't respond to my email. So do you think they're going to respond about notices asking for my security deposit back? I think not. They will not be keeping my money. After 17 years, this apartment has normal wear and tear. What they're going to do is gut this place and completely renovate it so they can charge the next person $3,000 for it. And as soon as they come in here and these people upstairs start banging over their head, you know what they're going to do? They're going to be out and they're going to break the lease. They're not even going to give them the courtesy to stay until the end of the lease as I did. Literally nothing in here but racks, his old bed, and a desk. Some electronics. I'm going to recycle the electronics, but pretty much everything in this room, once again, everything is going in the trash. And you can see the walls, how bad the paint looks. We wipe walls, but you can only do but so much wiping. They needed to paint. They don't paint. They don't respond to anything. I am so glad to be out of this apartment, y'all. You don't understand. When you have everything in it, you see everything is all covered up. You can't see what it's hiding. Now that it's empty, I see how bad this apartment was. Everything was literally just falling apart. Radiators falling apart and rusty. They don't replace nothing. I constantly scrub them down. Nothing works. Glad to be out of here. The towels on the kitchen floor were cracking and falling apart and literally lifting up from under your feet when you walk. I was asking for new towels for years. They never replaced them. The radiator in the bathroom has been rusting for years. They refuse to replace it, call themselves painting it once. All they did was rust again. They refuse to replace it. Paint all chipping off. Looks horrible. There was water damage in my apartment where water came seeping through my ceiling several times. They fixed this ceiling several times. As you can see, it was being damaged again. The water was about to leak through again. I'm glad that I'm getting out of here before water starts pouring through the ceiling once again. And I had to take a step back and pause for a moment and smile, because I keep on saying that I'm glad that I'm getting out of here, but no, I'm out of here already. Technically, I don't live here anymore. I have my new apartment in Albany. I hope y'all saw my empty apartment tour. The decor tour is coming soon. I'm just here to clean out this space. I still have keys, but I don't live here. So I know I'm complaining, showing y'all the stuff that I've been complaining about for years that they have not fixed, but I do not live here no more, so I don't have to worry about it. All I have to do is get my stuff out of here and hand in those keys. That's it. That's all. I've been in this apartment 17 years, the same appliances, never a replacement stove or refrigerator. That's the worst of the stove, but other than that, I feel like I've kept it in pretty good shape for me to have been here for 17 years. 17 years, yes, 17 years. I'm going to take down the curtains in my old Roman shades. I can't do anything with them, but I bet you they're not going to keep them in here and try to upsell the apartment because my nice shades are in the window. I'm also taking my expensive heavy-duty lock off the door. I paid a couple of $100s for this lock and to have the locksmith install it. I'll be taking that off. I don't care if I can't do nothing with it. They won't be doing anything with it either. Petty, I don't care. I also have to take off the shower head that I put up. I still have their old crusty shower head. I'm going to put that right back up and take mine down. So I closed all the holes from the gallery wall, and once they're dry, I'm going to let it dry for 24 hours. I'm going to go over them with some sandpaper to smooth them out, and that's it. Nice and repaired. They had to paint anyway, so I'm not painting over nothing. And I did the repairs with lightweight spackling and smoothed it out with a putty knife. And I just took out the screw from my old mirror so I can use it to rehang the mirror in my new place. I'm going to use a butter knife to remove the anchor from the wall and discard it, as I have anchors to use at home. And that's the hole that's left. I'm going to go ahead and fill that hole up with some putty too. And whenever I'm working with a drill and screwing stuff out of walls and woods and whatnot, I always protect my eyes, because stuff will go flying in your eyes and it ain't fun. And filled in all the tiny nail holes that I could find, which quite frankly I didn't have to do, because small nail holes is normal wear and tear. It never said in my lease that I couldn't put up pictures. Now I'm going to put some orange degreaser on the floor so I can get the remnants of my rug tape up. It left this residue on the floor, so orange degreaser should take that right off. I'm going to put it on the floor and let it sit for a little bit, then use my putty knife to scrape it off. sprinkle a little bit of Barkeeper's Friend on the remaining glue and scrub it with a wet scrubby sponge to see if I can get that up. And this is the remnants that's left. The Barkeeper's Friend is not working as well as I wanted it to, so I'm going to go back in with the Armage degreaser and scrub some more. I actually spilled some because I'm clumsy, so I'm just going to use my sponge to wipe that up and then go ahead and go scrub some more. It feels like it's doing a better job, but I don't know. I hope so because I am tired of scrubbing, y'all. Degreaser and some more scrubbing got rid of most of the glue. There's some more remnants, but I can't do any more scrubbing or scraping. I have fibromyalgia and my poor wrists are done with me. So that's the end of my scrubbing and scraping for the night. I'm going to give the floor a good soak before I mop it with some Pine Sol, and hopefully that gets up the rest of it. They're going to strip these floors anyway. At least I will hope that's what they're going to do if they're going to completely renovate. But I got up most of that rug tape. That was duck rug tape. In case y'all use it, I don't suggest it for hardwood floors because the glue it leaves behind is a bit ridiculous. So that's all the cleaning I'll be doing in here for tonight. I am tired. I was up early to travel down, so I need some rest. I'll get back to it tomorrow, and I'm going to be getting into some things in the city this week, so y'all stay tuned. So we're still doing stuff in the apartment. I just took down these Roman blinds. It wasn't too hard to take them out the window. I took them out of both windows, including the one with the fire escape. And I'm probably going to put them in a hallway because somebody will probably take them because we all have the same size apartments. Well, apartment windows, and they're really nice blinds. There's going to be a bunch of stuff I just put in the hallway. Funny thing is, my son just went and took out some of the racks, and before he go to the store and come back, somebody took them already. I don't know who took them, but I don't care. If you need it, take it. So we're going to put them other racks out there, and we're going to put all of the little appliances and stuff that we're not taking and we're leaving. But that's going to wait until tomorrow morning. This is our last night here, and we're actually about to go to an event. We really should be just sitting here cleaning out the place, but we want to go out. We got invited to an event, and you know we're taking y'all with us. So let me go on ahead and get ready. Stay tuned. So I threw on a little bit of makeup. I'm so used to not wearing makeup now that I just don't be feeling like putting that on. But I dolled myself up a little bit. I'm waiting for my son to get ready so we can get ready to go ahead on to this event. It's an all black event, and I'm wearing my trusty old black turtleneck sweater dress because that's all I have with me. Throwing on my docs. Nice and simple and cute.
Seeing the girls with, like, you know, their nice, like, barrettes and their permed hair, relaxed hair, and I'm just like, oh my god, my hair is so poofy. So, fast forward to my teen years, I was just like, the minute I learn how to do my hair, I'm going to feast and master this. So I don't know if a lot of you guys are familiar with Black Hair Care Forum. I used to be on that heavy, just like researching and things like that, learning about weaves and wigs. So I started doing wigs probably roughly like 2008 as a protective style, and I loved it. I big chopped probably like 10 times. And then, you know, it's just been a journey, just learning to love my hair. I mean, I love my natural hair now, and I also love my wig, so just having balance.
I love it. Well, your hair is beautiful.
Thank you.
And so we're glad that you have taken the journey that you've taken. I'm sure It's taught you a lot, even probably has influenced how you help women in terms of their confidence and style, but we're gonna come back to that.
Absolutely.
So we'll get a big chance to talk about it a little bit. But I wanna talk about, you mentioned oiling your scalp when you were talking. You talked about your aunties and remembering like all the things that you were doing and when you had to oil your scalp. I can remember one of my earliest memories of scalp when my grandfather, who would often say my name, he would say, Tasia, my name is Tadra. He would say, Tasia, come over here and get the grease and the comb and grease my scalp. And my grandmother would say, her name is Tadra. And he would say, that's what I said, Tasia. And I would sit, as a little girl, and my grandfather between my knees. Anybody had that experience where you had to grease, oil somebody's scalp? Mm-hmm. Raise your hand, let me see. Okay. So, I have really early memories of that. But oil for the scalp is not necessarily the best thing when you're dealing with certain scalp issues. So I'd love to hear from you all, Nikki and or Erica. And Anika, you can answer if you know the answers as well. But what are some of the things that are like misconceptions about taking care of or dealing with your scalp? Like, what are some of the things that we think we know, but we really don't know?
Sometimes I know a lot of my clients feel like more is better, like loading it on. I don't necessarily feel that way, I feel
What's
like
the it? Loading what on?
more oil.
More oil,
grease,
yeah.
and, I feel like you have to really assess the problem,
Yeah.
That's been one of the bigger misconceptions that I've come across.
Okay.
Sometimes
So lots and lots of stuff. Like,
you don't need everything under the kitchen sink, to fix it.
just half the stuff under
Sometimes
the sink.
when we run into an issue, we just want to do everything to try to fix it. We'll put everything. We'll Google whatever Google says. We'll put it on there. Aloe mixed with everything, So that was one of the things that I picked to differ.
Okay. So one of the misconceptions is too much on. Loading
much.
up, layering,
Too much of anything.
is not good. Okay. What about you, Erica?
I would say one of the biggest misconceptions that I see and hear in this natural hair community is the difference between moisture and lubrication. I'm going somewhere.
Now, lubrication is a word. Okay.
But
Moisture and lubrication.
you talk
Okay.
about oiling our scalp versus we'll often say, oh, I need to moisturize my scalp. But honestly, the only thing that moisturizes your hair or your scalp is water. So if there's not water content in a product, you're using pure oil or anything that does not have water content, you're not moisturizing your scalp. And so the misconception is we're going to put oil to cure a situation, but the real root of the problem, pun intended, is that your scalp has to be moisturized, and the oil seals in the moisture to prevent it from losing water quickly.
Okay.
And so it is a layering effect of making sure that your skin is absorbing water, moisture. This also means you need to be drinking it. Hello. And also making sure that your scalp is moisturized with water-based products before you start greasing it and putting oil on top of it.
Okay. So what we take in also supports scalp health.
Most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Please help me in welcoming our 5 models, styled and treated with our scalp care collection and wearing some of your iconic all-black designs. So please welcome Aisha Bowe, Courtney Daniel, Simi Moonlight, Michaela McRae, and Tahira Bob. Confidence and style equals what for you?
Wow. To me, confidence is all about self-belief. And I think the foundation is self-belief because when you believe in yourself, you believe in your capabilities, your light, you move differently. You make decisions that are based on your core values, and you're confident enough to remove yourself from situations that no longer serve you, people that no longer serve you, and also step into the direction that might scare you a little bit, but not intimidate you because you know what you have deep down inside, and that's that self-belief.
Love that. Thank you, Aisha.
For me, confidence means truly just walking boldly into who you are, stepping into the
Courtney, can we make sure that the mic is up? Confidence and style equals.
Okay, so to me, confidence is all about seeing the standards in society and choosing to love yourself anyway. I think I think that when you decide that who you are is not equal but better than what other people want you to be, that's when you really have confidence. So yeah.
Incredible.
I would say for me, confidence definitely stems from my faith. You know, just knowing every day that I'm being guided and protected, even when I have self-doubt and I don't 100% feel, you know, like I deserve, but knowing that God has a purpose over my life and that I'm gonna walk through it every single day, no matter how self-doubt or low I may feel, I deserve it.
Okay, so self-confidence for me means my purpose, just falling into it, and also giving back to other women and helping them just become their best selves as well. I'm very grateful for brands like Hanifa and Shea Moisture who dress every type of woman, cater to every textured hair, and I feel like once you feel good, you make other people feel good as well.
Wonderful. You all look amazing. Thank you all for sharing those words. I'm going to ask the panelists to stand up with me. So this brings us to the end of our presentation, or to the end of the panel. Thank you all so much on behalf of the Shea Moisture team for coming out tonight to help us celebrate Hanifa and the amazing work that she has done. Thank you so much, Nikki Nelms, for being with us. Thank you so much, Sister Scientist, for being. You all can clap. That's okay. We're thanking the models, each that came out and shared their words. I want to say thank you to the Shea Moisture team.
So we had so much fun at the Shea Moisture event. I'm so glad that my son is old enough to hang out with his mama now. We are heading back to the house so we can get some rest because we have to finish clearing out this apartment in the morning so we can head home. Yes, home, y'all. We miss home. We're ready to go home and say goodbye. Goodbye to New York City.
I took my lock off the door, y'all, and right now I shoved it with a towel so you can't see in here. When I leave, I don't care, but I paid a couple of $100s for that lock and for the locksmith to come in and put it on, so they ain't keeping my lock.
All right, y'all. So the apartment is cleared out. We are getting out of here. I'm waiting for my Uber. Final goodbye. I'm glad to be out of this place. They told me leave the mattresses, but we are happy to go. That is it. Bye, Brooklyn. Happy to go. Talk to y'all soon.